And welcome, this is M-Dog here on M-Dog Gaming, and we are playing the very beginning of RaiderZ. That is RaiderZ with a Z on the end, that it is of course capitalized. And this is an MMO that is available on Steam. Perfect World is both the developer and the publisher, I believe. So let's see what we can get into here. We're going to go through the character creation pretty quickly. Not a lot to note about character creation. I'd say it's pretty average. And we're going to create an assassin. Let's do an assassin. I can't really tell the difference in the boy and the girl. Alright, so you've got some facial options. I'm not really worried about choosing anything in particular here. We'll just do something kind of weird. And choose your clothing color. Sorry, I skipped over the head option. Tattoo head, of course you can do different hairstyles, hair color. Tattoo, different options on how large it is, where it's located on the face, and all of that kind of stuff. So again, fairly average. And now we will go ahead and create a character. This is a free-to-play game, and let me just say this as we're getting started, in case you run into the same problem I did. It does require you to go create an account on Perfect World, which I already had an account. The tricky part is when you log in, when you first start to play Raiders and you log in, it asks for your user ID. Which what it is wanting there is actually your email, which is confusing because you do have a user ID as well. So if you're logging in and you're having problems logging in, just check to make sure you're using your email address and then of course your password to log in. So here we get started. It's showing us that WAS and WSAD moves around, and we can interact with characters by pressing E. So pretty standard fare in terms of MMOs. We're accepting this quest, and this is a sort of first tutorial quest that's going to introduce us to combat. And it's pretty interesting because it's an instanced quest, and it's pretty good action here. I mean, it's for your first quest as you start a game. This one kind of gives you a taste of not necessarily things that you'll be doing a lot of real early, but the types of quests and encounters that you'll get to face as you move forward. Now let's look at this a little bit. Press E to pick up equipment. So as you play, there's going to be equipment on the battlefield. And if you pick it up, it's going to give you a class-specific weapon. This is the Berserker weapon. So even though we're not playing Berserker, we now have access for 60 seconds to all of these Berserker combos and abilities, which is pretty cool and pretty powerful. So you want to use these weapons that are available to pick up in the world strategically, and make sure you get the most out of those 60 seconds as you can. And as there is loot, you can pick it up by pressing E. And this is an action-oriented MMO, so we are not targeting, like tab targeting, any specific enemies. We are actually just using our abilities and hitting anything that is an enemy that is within range of that ability's arc. So we have 4 seconds left, and just in a second here you will see this weapon disappear. And now we'll be back to our normal daggers as the class we chose. So now we're going to pick up some more weapons, and this is actually the weapon that matches our class, so we can see potentially what more advanced abilities would be like as we progress through the game and level up and unlock new abilities if we stayed with this class. And it is interesting with this game because this is one of those MMOs that does not lock you into the class that you chose. Once you get 10 points into the skill tree of the class you've chosen, then you unlock an ability where you then can start getting skill points in different classes trees, so you can sort of create your own type of fighter or hero with pulling at different abilities from different skill trees. You see our health in the top left hand corner. We're at 236 of 305 currently. Anytime there's something glowing there, there's something we can pick up and loot. And we have gone back to our normal weapon. So There's other weapons out here we can pick up, but let's wait and see. There's something else we can loot there. Let's see who we're going to be fighting next. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up a weapon. We got the Cleric Hammer, which the 4 ability on the Cleric Hammer is a healing ability.
This skill is not yet available.
As we go through the combat here, and again, this is the first quest that really just gives you an idea of what some of the more focused instanced quests are like. And this all leads, as you see the camera view change, to a final quote-unquote boss battle with the Goblin Golem. And he has a pretty interesting mechanic there, as we have to do a lot of damage to that gem that is on his chest before we can actually start doing any serious damage to him. So we're doing our healing circle there for us and our allies that are in the circle in front of us. We're actually getting healed.
This skill is not yet available.
Now another thing that is involved with this game is dodging. So if you hold down shift and press in a direction, you will dodge. As we tried to dodge out of the way of that, we didn't miss all of it, but we did miss some of it. More healing there. And again, we're needing to do damage to that glowing gem right there that's on his chest. Let's see if we can dodge out of the way of that. We finally destroyed it. We get another Cleric's Hammer, so lots of Cleric's Hammers. As you see, he is taking damage from my allies that are attacking him. There we go. Now we got something else that can do some little more intense damage here. And you see his life is now going down rather quickly. And by pressing 5, we actually canceled out the weapon that we had. So if you pick up a new weapon and then you hit 5, you drop it and you go back to your normal weapon. Alright, so we finished that intro quest, and now you get to see what sort of the starter zone looks like, and now, you know, you move more into, as we completed this quest, we complete it, hit E or click here on the check mark to complete it. You get a bunch of stuff for doing that, and then you accept the next quest.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
And you see we have learned a new skill. So if you press T, you go up and you see where you've already got 1 point in cleave, and this is where we can assign our second skill point. So we can get Chaos Stinger, Endurance Training, Dagger Mastery. These are a little bit more passive type skills, over here. And these two are more active, so we'll get a second active skill. Now you'll see over here, this is the Style Mastery Assassin. Once we get 10 points used in Assassin, we will then be able to go to these different classes and start getting skills out of their trees if we so desire. So that's kind of how the skill trees work in this game. He wants us to go kill some things down on the coast. And the other quest we have is to interact with the blacksmith here.
Take a look for yourself.
See, pirate daggers, receive recipe, and then let's see if we can go ahead and craft it. Alright, so we crafted that.
Goodbye. I want to talk.
He also has a quest for us, clean up at the beach. So we've got 2 quests that are going to take us down the beach, and like many MMOs, you start accepting quests that send you in a certain area, and you can finish those quests while you're down there.
Wow, you're already
come
here.
back and turn them in. So we completed the quest that she gave us, and she gives us a new one that's in a different area. Looks like there's another one she has too.
Goodbye.
So of course, if you're really getting into this game, you may want to read all of the quests and everything, but I'm not going to spoil all that for you. I just want to give you a little bit of an example of what this is like. Here are the pirate daggers we did craft, and they are a little better than what we have on, so we'll replace the standard daggers. We have a Rookie Adventure supply box. This is a free-to-play game, so this has got some of the trappings of where it starts giving you a taste of things that you can get, and then he wants you to go to the cash shop to unlock even more. I have not played this game enough to be able to speak at all to how much pay to win there is involved in this game. I simply do not know. So this is the area where we have 2 quests to kill both types of enemies that are down here. And we will go ahead and get started with that. We killed 1 E-boss. Now we need to kill some of these crabs. 1 of 4 on both the crabs and the E-boss. So you can jump in this game, although it does not look like, at least with the abilities I have, that there's any sort of combat that you can do in the midst of jumping. It's more of the combat seems to only be able to be started or completed when you are on your 2 feet. And you see, since we are not in an instanced area, we do have other players that are running around while we're doing this. And we need 2 more crabs here, so let's see if we can aggro both of these. Perfect World is a Chinese company, and I think it's a fair statement to say that you can see some of the influence of the Asian influence in this game, and the graphic style, and other areas as well. We just need to kill 1 more of these guys, and then we are done down here. As you see, we've picked up a Berserker Sword, so it continues to just give you an opportunity to see not only what it's like to play the class that you have chosen, but different classes as well. So we will now, after completing these quests, go back, turn them in, and probably go ahead and wrap this video up soon. I don't know, a Santa Thief. I couldn't resist. We've got to attack the Santa Thief. We are not hardly damaging him. I think we should probably just call that one a day. So we have 15 seconds left on the sword, but we know that we're not going to have any more combat right now, so we'll go ahead and cancel that out and go back to normal. Turn these 2 quests in.
Have a good day.
And there's 1 more over here with Drunkard Owl. Alright, so we have a quest that we can accept up here, and then we'll just sort of see what the next area looks like. Look at a couple of the UI interface options, and then we will wrap this video up of the first few moments of RaiderZ. Looks like there's somebody we need to talk to here. Trying to see what that is. I haven't used that before. Let's get into some combat and see if we can tell. R does auto run, so like in some games number lock would be your auto run. Well, in this game it's R. Alright, let's cancel this out and see if we can. No, I don't know what that summoning ring was that we got. It's not really doing anything. We are getting into a little bit tougher enemies here in terms of their level. Let's go ahead and take out Hodger here. Not Hogger, Hodger. Alright, let's check this out here. Character. This is what you currently have equipped. I guess we could see if... No. I was trying to see if that went to anything. You have faction, and then you have skills. These are skills we so far have learned. These are things we have on us. We can go to inventory, and if we had things we wanted to equip, we could do so. Next, let's see what else we have. Well, we've been looking at inventory, but let's show you that it does do a good job of organizing it. You have an extended inventory that's open, and then your normal inventory. So pretty cool. I think the inventory system right out of the box here is pretty functional. Quest, it shows what you've worked on. It has a logbook to show you some previous things you've done. Your skills, which we've seen, again, you can go into all 5 classes for skills. We can learn a new skill currently, so we'll do Dagger Mastery. Guild shows you your guild information, any friends you have are on social. Of course, the map. This is our local map here where we are currently, and when we get done with this area, we can go to Ingen by following this path. And if you look at the world map, here we are at Broken Mast. This is Ingen. It shows level 7 for Ingen, 8 to 12, Teresa Plain, all the way up to Cohen Marsh, which is level 36 to 40. It looks like that's currently as far as you can go. Is someone attacking me? No. Tattoo Face is attacking something else. Okay. Also on map, it's interesting to see the simple map you can pull up, and then you have this map kind of up above and to the right of my character that shows a little mini map there, an additional map, I guess, to the other one. Settings shows just what you display on the map. And finally, under System, Game Options, there's all kinds of things like you would expect in an MMO. And controls, pretty good breakdown of all the controls that are here. Joypad combination, it looks like you could potentially play this with a 360 controller, though I have not tested that. Character select, help, keyboard guide, and quit. So there's your system menu, and there is a very brief outline of what RaiderZ is all about. I would say if the action style MMO and the overall graphics and combat style appeal to you, there seems like there's some pretty good systems in this game, and could be some fun. So it's all kind of determined by what type of MMOs you're into. If you've watched other videos I've done on games that had shared some things, some common characteristics with this one, this just really isn't sort of my cup of tea, I guess you would say. It's probably not a game I would get into over, for lack of better words, maybe some more Western influenced MMOs. But I do like some of the things that this game has going for us, going for it. So, all right. As always, I appreciate you watching. This has been a very quick breakdown of the early parts of RaiderZ and some just initial impressions. Please subscribe to my channel. Any feedback is welcome. If you have any questions about the game, I'll do my best to answer it if I know the answer at least. And until next time, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for watching.